Wastelanders, it's Jewel Smith, and it's time for Fallout Friday. In the previous episode, we went to Covenant. They were being attacked by gunners, even though I didn't have any kind of notification on my Pip-Boy about that. Killed a whole bunch of people at Covenant. Killed everyone but I think one lady that was running the shop there. And let's look at Covenant for a second. Let's see what it says about Covenant here. Tappington, yeah. Oh, Covenant says there's still 3 people there. I think there was one lady, one original resident. I think her name was her name Penny? And then maybe 2 provisioners that are operating out of Covenant who didn't happen to be there during the confrontation. You see the happiness is pretty low there. Oh, well, I didn't get anything on my Pip-Boy about it. Let's take a look. I mean, usually it'll say help protect Covenant or something like that, but I didn't see anything. But we showed up there and there was a bunch of gunners and everyone was dead. So, oh well, Covenant. Then we headed over to Vault 75 beneath Malden Middle School and we picked up the last bobblehead. I can't remember if I actually stored that at Red Rocket or not. That would be under inventory. Miscellaneous. I don't even remember which bobblehead it was. We can sit here and go through the whole list. We still have Avery's skull in our pocket. And a whole lot of keys. How's everybody doing today? At this point, this is my second playthrough of Fallout 4. This is Rose, the former Nuka World Raider overboss who joined the Brotherhood and turned on the Raiders eventually in this playthrough. And I have the Platinum Trophy. I got the Platinum Trophy a while back. So now we're just kind of, I don't know, just goofing around on Fallout Fridays. I think I'll be wrapping up this Rose playthrough. If there's anything in particular you'd like to see Rose do that she hasn't done already, oh, we have a comic book, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to be working on some settlements. Yeah, I know. Why bother finishing up the settlements when I'm not going to be continuing to play this game? But, I don't know. The building is part of the fun for me. So I'm going to finish up. Not that part of the RP or role-playing for me in this game is that Rose is not all that interested in helping. Ooh, we still have a lab skill. In helping the wasteland. In helping the settlers. So her settlements are not necessarily built very nicely, and that's by design. It's not because I suck as a builder or I don't care. It's that I'm role-playing. Oh, I've still got one of these too. That Rose doesn't care really. But I do learn from the building experience, and I do enjoy the building experience. And when I'm done with this playthrough with Rose, I'm going to switch back to my first sole survivor, the the Minuteman General, Fiona. I was going to say the sole survivor of my heart, the one who I like and miss. And we'll probably go around and do some building in her world too, because I've added a lot of Creation Club stuff. And I've learned a lot about building in the past year or two that I've been playing through as Rose. So there's a lot of things I want to revisit in Fiona's world. You can see the entire settlement tour series from Fiona's world from the way I built the settlements a few years ago. I think I did the settlement tour series about 3 years ago. That's what started this channel. That's on my YouTube channel, which is Jewel Smith. For those who might be watching from, oh, we have a tattoos book too, might be watching from PlayStation. You can see all previous episodes of this playthrough on my YouTube channel. I don't remember which bobblehead we grabbed, but maybe I already stored it. It's been a long week. I don't remember what I just did a week ago. Alright, looks like I already stored it. So we should have a complete set waiting on us at Red Rocket. Let me hop over to Twitter and send out a notice and let folks know that I am streaming. Today's tweet, I'm going to say rockets are red, roses are blue, sugar bombs are sweet, and Fallout Friday is too. That's my little poem. Because Rose is wearing the blue quantum power armor. There we go. YouTube's going to let me into the chat room, maybe. Now, I realized that there was a little bit of a technical issue with my channel. Some of you know that I moved over the past week. I'm still kind of in the moving process, still a lot to unpack, still a lot to do. But we had hooked up the TV and the PlayStation, and we had internet, and I thought that everything was hooked up correctly, but it was not. I was actually streaming over Wi-Fi, which is not the way I wanted to be streaming. Previously, before we moved, I was streaming over fiber. You know, directly hooked up from my PlayStation to the internet, so I was able to stream in 1080p, and have a really good quality stream, but the quality wasn't so good on Wi-Fi, and I didn't realize that's what was happening. I think we have the problem fixed now, so this should be much better than it was the last few streams. I apologize for the drop in quality in the past few streams, but it should be fixed now. I mean, not that we had bad Wi-Fi. I mean, we have pretty decent Wi-Fi, but for trying to stream in 1080 from a PS4 Pro, I guess it was not able to keep up sometimes. Oh, here we are in the chat room. Hello! Hello, Mini Patman and Michael. How you doing? Mini Patman bought a PS4. How are you enjoying it? What are you playing? Alright. Let's get back into first person. That's the way. I like it. And there's supposed to be 2 people living here, and one of them is not the provisioner. Right there. I don't know where the other person is. I sent them here. Don't know where they might be hanging out. Maybe up here. I mean, here's the first person I sent here.
Hi,
I put this... I'm good. I put this settler in Brotherhood of Steel armor, like he's one of the Brotherhood of Steel, protecting the armory here. I built this armory, extended out from the airport terminal. Oh, here she is. Here she comes. She is going to be our civilian donut contractor. She's coming out here. No, don't sit on those. Come on out here. If she sits down, how am I supposed to assign her to anything? Are you kidding me? No. Because she's just outside the border of the settlement. The border of the settlement is like right here. Oh, okay. So I can still highlight her. Got it. Even though I can't highlight any of this other stuff. Alright. Come here. We're gonna put you to work at the donut shop. There you go. Because you've got this whole Brotherhood base going here. Oh, there's Liberty Prime. That's what you hear thumping around in the background. So of course somebody would come out here and try to make money by having a little snack shop, donut shop kind of thing. I don't know if I like it being made out of cement though. Like the rest of the armory. That kind of implies that the Brotherhood built it themselves. I don't think they would. Let's scrap that. Let's try metal. Like they used some of the parts of the airplanes that are sitting there in the airport. That makes more sense, doesn't it? I think it does. I think it does. Like maybe they're using the bits from the old airplanes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Does that match up? I don't know if it does. Barely. Alright, well, close enough, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't quite hit, does it? Alright, well maybe we can do... Oh, there she is. We'll have to give her a uniform. Well, we'll just lower this a little bit. How about that? And move it back a little bit. There we go. Oh, Mini Patman's been playing Fallout 76. Says not as good as the others. The other Fallout games? No, okay. Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said. Stella's enjoying it. I mean, there are people who seem to be enjoying it alright, but yeah, it does seem like the consensus is it's not that great. I think it's... I played it a little bit. I did it for Try It Tuesday. I don't know if you saw that. I thought it was decent for what it was. You know, for being like a survival game, it was okay. A survival multiplayer game. You know, if you have other friends that are playing it, I could see how it might be fun. But, you know, yeah, all the other Fallout games have been single player games. And there's a lot of people who played Fallout 4 who didn't like the whole settlement building aspect. I mean, that's kind of like the whole point of 76, I think, isn't it? Is, you know, building bases and stuff. So if you're one of those players that wasn't keen on the settlement building aspect, then there's really no reason to get into 76, right? Here, why don't you move over here for a second? I want to move that over so that I can move this post a little bit. Alright, so she's got her coffee machine, her donut fryer. Let's see what else we can put here. Oh, right. Maybe a menu? So where would the donut shop lady live? If she's not a member of the Brotherhood of Steel, I suppose she could live in the bus out here. But we can't actually do anything with the bus. The bus isn't part of the settlement. But that would be a good place for her to live. Or we could put another bus right here. That'd probably fill up my size bar though. And we need to continue working on the armory here. One of the reasons I built this was because there were these weird kind of, I don't know what you'd call them, artifacts. You see that stuff kind of floating in the air there? It didn't go away when I scrapped the stuff that was in here, so I put these walls up to sort of hide that because it looked dumb. But I don't know. This place doesn't have much size bar left, so maybe I'll have to make it a little bit smaller. And I'm thinking about doing these displays differently as well. I don't know. So these are the beds for our two people living here. Alright, let's scrap that. Maybe we can just put some of this stuff on the wall. What I was trying to do here is have all of my legendary weapons stored here. All the legendaries I've collected in the game. But this place is probably much bigger than it needs to be. And these 3 sets of Brotherhood power armor here. the Brotherhood of Steel 2, 6, and this is special pieces that I received. Hey Jarrett, how are you? Jarrett's asking, have you tried playing any of the BioShock games? Yes, I've played all of the BioShock games. They're all on my YouTube channel. I did a playthrough of BioShock the Collection when it was remastered and re-released. I can't remember. It was a while ago, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago I started. And I played through everything, even the add-ons, the DLC. BioShock, BioShock 2, BioShock Infinite, and all of the additional, you know, what were they called? Protector Trials, Minerva's Den, all of that. Played through all of it. Yes. Yes, I did. And I love BioShock. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, but those are all on my YouTube channel. Should be on the BioShock playlist. Hey, Naughty Peon! Naughty Peon says the problem with 76 is their generic quests. Yeah, well, I would kind of argue that Fallout 4 suffered from the same problem. Some of the quests, a lot of the quests in this are really kind of uninspired. I mean, I love this game and I've played a lot of it, but, you know, that doesn't make me blind to its faults. Naughty Peon is saying the leveling system feels like you're playing one of those pay-to-win games. Oh, and Fallout 76? Yeah, I didn't play it enough to... I don't know much about the leveling system. I only did the one... Well, I think I did 2 episodes of a Try It Tuesday. It ended up... I was going to do 1 episode for Try It Tuesday, but it got broken up into 2 because we had the game crash or there was a power glitch or something happened. So there's 2 Fallout 76 episodes on my channel, but... Yeah, I didn't play it enough to figure out how the leveling stuff worked, but, I mean, it does have all the microtransactions as far as buying lots of things with your little special dollars, and, I mean, I've seen stuff online about the expensive skins and clothes and crazy stuff that they're selling along with it. It just makes it, yeah, I mean, that's how a mobile game works, you know? You play the little mobile games, and if they want you to, you know, buy more diamonds to get some special thing, or buy this special object or item or whatever, and it's really, it just feels like a pay-to-win situation. Yeah. Yeah. And to that extent, it makes Fallout 76 not feel like a Fallout game, because I think for some of us who've played other Fallout games, you know, I mean, the idea is it's a single-player campaign that you play. It's got a story, and it's interesting and intriguing, and there's a lot to see and do. Not just to go shoot things and pay money to have some skins or something. Yeah, that doesn't really... But, you know, it seems to be the wave of the future. Video game companies, they want to make more money, and so long as it keeps making them money, they're going to keep doing it. That's the thing. If you don't want them to do it, you got to get your friends and loved ones to not spend the money, because if they didn't make money, they wouldn't do it. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to shorten this up a little bit, change it around just a little bit. How do I want to do that? Okay, let's put this stuff on the wall. Come here. I guess we can put them here too, right? nope. I just want the weapon rack. There we go. I think I've still got a whole bunch of legendaries I need to put up. Alright, we'll just store this. Okay. Oh, oops. What happened there? Oh, I guess that was kind of stuck to it? Oh, that's weird. Okay, whatever. Let's move this over here. I think we'll have to pick this up. Probably have to take all of these. Because moving these racks around can get a little odd. You see how moving this one over made the pool cue kind of tilt. Kind of weird. So let's move. Oh, I didn't mean to scrap it. I meant to store it. Alright, there we go. Alright, scrap that. Okay. Oh. Why do you gotta bring your Brahmin in the front entrance like that? Why do you gotta do that? I'm just thinking about how I want to lay this out. I really started creating it without much of a plan, if you couldn't tell. And the worst part of working in this area is the dang clompy of the robot out there. It kind of starts to grate on the nerves. So I probably won't be doing a whole lot of building here today. I'll probably do building when I'm not. I'll do most of the bulk of the building when I'm not streaming. So that you guys don't have to keep listening to that. Hey, George Perez, how you doing? Hello, Nemo. Nemo's saying, Bethesda don't need money. It's not like they're selling $60 bottles of rum or anything. Yeah, I know. What's up with that? Right. What is up with that? They sell so much crap. There's so many. I don't know if y'all. For a while, I was on their mailing list, so I would get email all the time about their latest products, and it just got ridiculous after a while. It was like every week it seemed like they were sending me emails about some new ridiculous thing that they were selling. You know, they had like Fallout themed tiki cups and Fallout themed, I mean, they got that weird Fallout 76 ugly leather jacket thing, and I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't fault anybody. I mean, I have Fallout merchandise, right? I mean, I've bought a few T-shirts. I've bought some Christmas cards. You know, it's cool to have stuff about your favorite game or games that you enjoy or whatever. I'm not saying that that's wrong, but like, there's a limit to it. Like, I'm just saying it. It just seemed to get excessive with them. Like every time I turned around, they had some new thing they were hawking. And some of it gets pretty damn expensive. I don't know. I mean, again, I guess if they weren't making money off of it, they wouldn't sell it, but I don't know. Alright, I am gonna try shortening this. Oh, but if I do that, hang on. I'm gonna have to move those too. Alright, let me move this back. Hey, my dude, you need to move, please. Thank you. There we go. Ooh. Shake, rattle, and roll. I know, I've spent so much time fiddling around with this armory. Hey Sean, how you doing? I see Sean in the chat room. How goes the moving? It's going. We have moved. I'm in my new place now. I was saying at the top of the stream that I thought I had my internet set up correctly. I actually started streaming from the new place earlier this week. And I thought I had everything set up correctly, but it turns out I had been streaming over Wi-Fi, which was not as good. So hopefully I've got it all set up correctly now, and I'm back on fiber. So it'll be better quality. There we go. Decent. I'm reining in my ambitions here with the armory. making it a little bit smaller. Now, how in the world did I get this in here to begin with? Maybe I used cement. Let's see if that'll do it. It's starting to get dark, so it's kind of hard to see here. No, it's not lined up. No, no, no. Oh no. George caught the tail end of the Edith Finch LP. It was interesting. LP? What's LP? Live play? Or did you mean LS, live stream? Yeah, Edith Finch. That's what I played earlier this week. I started out doing it for Try It Tuesday because it was free for PlayStation Plus members, and I'd heard so much about it that I've been wanting to try it for a while. I think it came out like 2 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago? And I've been wanting to try it. And now it was finally free, so, you know, seemed like a good time. I have mixed feelings about it. It was a really intriguing idea for a game, and I think it was cleverly done. Like, I mean, the first, when I was playing it on Try It Tuesday, I was so engaged that I didn't even notice how late it was getting. Like, I was intending to play it for like a couple of hours, and then a couple of hours kind of turned into, or, you know, I was thinking I might play it for an hour and a half or something, and that turned into like 2.5 hours. And I had no idea that much time had gone by. So that's, you know, that's good. I mean, when you're playing a game and you don't realize, you don't notice the time passing, right? That's usually a good thing. So I was very intrigued, and I was like, where is this going? What is this going to be about? You know? And so I had a great, what I would call a great setup, right? So then I continued playing it the next day on Wednesday to finish it. And unfortunately, the great setup didn't really have a great payoff, in my opinion. I know a lot of people really love it. I've heard people say it's their favorite game, it's so great, it made them cry, you know, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I'm not trying to diss those people that got a lot out of it. I'm just saying, for me, you know, I'm not a games critic. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what was right, what was wrong about it, and act like I know anything. I'm just saying, for myself, I was really disappointed in the story. I was disappointed that such a great, well-told tale was actually just kind of a really shitty tale. that there wasn't really much of a payoff. You know, and that's kind of the thing, is like when you've got that kind of a build up, you've got to have. I keep farting around with this thing and it's not going into place. When you've got a great build up, you know, you want to have a good ending. That applies to many things. You know what I mean? So, like, for it to just kind of be so, I don't know. I mean, I said it on Wednesday and I'll say it again. Like, it's not that I expect every game to have a happy ending or every game to be, you know, super uplifting or whatever. I mean, I get that there is a place for games that leave you feeling confused, or games that leave you feeling sad, or games that, you know, have a message or whatever. Like, I get that. You know, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be games like that. Alright, see, I think I am just behind the concrete when I do that. Yeah, I am. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this concrete. But, I mean, there should be something. There should be... I don't like stories... And it's not just Edith Finch I'm picking on. I've played other games and read books and movies and things like that. I don't like stories where the meaning of the story is that there's no meaning. You know, that life is just pointless, or that, you know, that death just happens and we all have to deal with it, or whatever. Like, I don't like stories like that, because to me the point of telling stories is to create meaning, right? I mean, I get that, you know, the universe is this crazy place of, you know, chaotic energy, etc., etc. But, you know, I think it is possible to create meaning for ourselves, for our cultures. You know, stories in their rawest form, you know, are supposed to convey values and teach lessons, and, you know, I don't know. So, you know, for a story, to me, for any story to just be like, oh well, you know, kind of a story, or to just leave you feeling like, what was the point of that, or what was the meaning behind that, or, you know, whatever. I don't like when stories do that. I just don't like it. That's just me. But yeah, I kind of felt like Edith Finch was just a whole lot of... didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And was kind of a downer. I mean, like a big downer. Like I think it had... See, it's hard to talk about the game without giving spoilers. So, you know, for people who haven't played it and who want to play it, I don't want to sit here and talk about it and give spoilers. So, yeah, I guess I won't do that. I guess I won't talk about it too much. Is this... Oh, see, this still isn't lined up. Alright, well, have any of you played it? Let's just say that. Have any of you played it, and what did you think of it? What did you get out of it? If anything. Alright. Let's see here. Okay, this looks close. Now let's see what's gonna happen when I put the glass windows back on. Alright. I think that's close enough, I hope. Yeah, so I guess I could just say that, you know, like I super enjoyed it at first and then ended up really disappointed that it kind of didn't go anywhere. Hey, Galaxy Punk says thank you for streaming Fallout 4 builds a lot. I love this game. Smush. Smush? Oh, is it like so much? Is that how you say so much? Smush? Or does it mean something else? Well, you're welcome in any case. Thanks for being here for the build streams. Sometimes I think the build streams are boring for some people. I mean, they're not boring for me. I love building. But I don't talk as much when I'm building. And you know, some people like to come to the live streams for the chat and interaction and stuff. So if I'm not chatting and interacting very much, then they get disappointed, and I understand that. So I try to do a mixture of building and action. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, we want to store that, and we want to go. No. Attach wire to the box, right? And we want to attach the wire out there. There we go. So that we can open and shut it with a switch. See? Gotta wire it up correctly. There we go. Yeah, alright, that looks decent. But now we have no light in here. Nemo is asking, Jewel, have you heard the theory about Skyrim, where it could be that Rune's father was Grey Fox? Has to do with his memory lost, etc., how his parents died strangely. I don't know if I've heard that rumor specifically.
All the time.
Well, you shouldn't be hungry because there should be food coming over here from other settlements. But I have heard the idea that Rune was actually supposed to be the Dragonborn or something. Or that Rune is like an illegitimate child of the Emperor, or I don't know. I've heard lots of strange theories about him. It was probably something that the developers planned to pursue, and then they ran out of time or resources or whatever. Well, time is a resource when you're developing a game. So they just didn't finish it up. It's like there was that Dunmer in Riften who also had a mysterious past. The one whose parents died in a shipwreck. And he sends you out to find out more about his past or whatever. He was raised by... Was he raised by Argonians or something? He's the one that you have to hide the stolen ring in his shop, and he gets arrested when you start the Thieves Guild quest line. They don't really explain what his backstory is either, really. But he's probably, I think the fan theory I heard was that he was some, child of some Dunmer royalty or something like that. But yeah, there's all kinds of mysteries. Mysteries in Skyrim, huh? Oh, Sean's asking, what add-on gives you concrete pillars? I think it's the Wasteland Workshop. See, it's got the little Deathclaw icon in the little the top right corner of the box there. See, this one's got the wrench. So I think that's from Contraptions. This one's got a boat, so that's from Far Harbor. This one's got the vault door, so it's from Vault Tech. This has got a wrench, so it's Contraptions. I think the concrete comes with Wasteland Workshop. which is the one that allows you to build cages so you can catch... Yeah, so you can catch animals and then build arenas so you can have them fight each other in the arenas. Nope. Galaxy Punk says concrete is vanilla, I thought. Nope, it's not. If it was, then my castle would have been rebuilt with concrete in my first playthrough. But I didn't have concrete. So, because when I played Fallout 4 the first time, I played it before all of the add-ons were added on. And so I had to rebuild the castle with, I think I used, where is it? I ended up using these concrete blocks to rebuild the castle because that's all I had. And then later when because I got the season pass, I think I paid $30 for all of the add-ons, and then they would get added to my game as they were released. So by the time they released this one, I had already rebuilt the castle in my first playthrough. The brick is added by the Creation Club, Slocum's Joe. Oh, George is saying, I remember reading something about how the developer of Finch was influenced by magical realism. Things happen and that's life sort of vibe. Well, the developer was the same one. Do you remember when I played through the Unfinished Swan? It's the same developer. Did both games. Did Unfinished Swan and then did What Remains of Edith Finch. And there's actually a connection between the two games because I think the main character of the Unfinished Swan ends up being one of the members of the Finch family in the Edith Finch game. This door is wide open. The door is wide open here, lady. Come here. There you go. Now you can go to bed. Go in there and go to bed. Alright. They don't seem to be going anywhere, do they? Alright, so we've shortened this up just a little bit. Gotten a whole lot of the size bar back. But we still have a whole bunch of... Don't we have a whole bunch of legendaries in here? Yes, we do. Let's see here. I want to kind of arrange the legendaries by type. So the board would probably go with the ones I have, like the walking cane and the sledge. These are all melee whacking weapons. So let's grab all the melee whacking weapons. How about that? Ooh, lucky lead pipe. That's a whacking weapon. Sword. That's kind of a penetrating weapon, but okay. Now, these are all knives. We should probably put them separate in a knife section. Another shish kebab. That's a whacking weapon. That's a punching weapon. Not quite the same thing. Alright. So, whacking weapons. Let's put them up and see what happens. racks do we need? Let's move this out of the way. Shish kebab. And we had another shish kebab. And a ripper. There it is. And let's do the swords here. Yep. I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need more boards. That's fine. Sure, we'll do the walking canes here. And let's do the boards. Oh no, baton, ripper, hang on, board, enraging board, furious board. Do we have another board in there? Yep, quick draw board. Okay. We got a couple of batons, so let's do those. Now, it looked like I had a super sledge. Hang on. A super sledge that wasn't a legendary. Yeah, that's not a legendary. We don't want you, Super Sledge. We want legendaries. This is a legendary armory. We don't want no average junk in here. Naughty peons, hoping for the day that I run out of things to do in Horizon Zero Dawn and finally do God of War. Well, I have run out of things to do in Horizon Zero Dawn. You'll be happy to hear. The live stream of Horizon Zero Dawn that I did yesterday should be my last. I have no plans to play anything else. I mean, no plans to play anything else in Horizon Zero Dawn. No plans to do any there are no more add-ons or anything in that game. No more side quests, as far as I know. So that should be it for Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay. Alright, let's take a look. What have we got now? We've got a pool cue, a lead pipe, and a ripper. Alright, well let's just put those along the bottom here. Because I don't have more than one of those, I don't think. Put the ripper there. Let's see. pipe here. I don't know why the lead pipe needs such a ginormous display board, but okay. Lucky pool cue, there we go. Alright. Of course, some of those legendaries I'm keeping in my inventory there, so don't want to put those on the wall. I'm just looking around at what I got and what I want to do. See what else we have in here. A lot of 10 millimeters. Have you noticed that? I think I saw quite a few on my way through. So let's grab those. Well, let's grab this one too. There's one. Alright, where are we going to put all the 10 millimeters? A lot of those. But they should take the little ones. There we go. Oh, I'm out of steel. Okay, that's fine. We can get some steel. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to start the God of War playthrough, though. Being still in the middle of moving and everything's really kind of up in the air, and I'm still very, very busy with all of that. I don't want to start a whole nother game yet. Next week, I am probably going to be doing one stream of Skyrim just to check out some stuff that I think I had never seen before, which is very rare. Usually I have seen, or I thought I had seen everything in Skyrim, and usually when people say to me, hey, have you seen this, or hey, have you seen that in the game, the answer is yes, I have. But I recently came across a couple of things that I don't think I'd seen in the game. So I'm gonna go check that out in a Skyrim live stream next week. And I'm also gonna do another stream of Gems of War next week. I played Gems of War for April Fools as a joke. I was trying to get you guys to think I was gonna play God of War, but it was actually Gems of War, and so it was a big joke. But the joke's on me because I really, really enjoy the game. These aren't legendary, so I'm just gonna scrap them. I am loving the heck out of it, and so I want to do a stream just to show everyone what I've been up to in the game and why I like it so much. And anyone who's interested in playing, I'll show you my guild if you want to join my guild in the game. I started a guild. So I'll be doing that next week. Oh, this one has got the long, it should go in the center. Let's put Wastelander's friend in the center. There we go. Yeah, alright, so there's our wall of 10 millimeters. That looks nice. And I had a couple of plasma things I was going to stick over here. Nope, can't go on that one, okay. Only the rifles, there we go. Oh, it's not a legendary. Why are you in there, plasma rifle? You're not a legendary. Let's take that. Let's drop it and scrap it. Yeah, I know, I could take it out to one of my settlements and let them use it, but it's not like I don't have a million weapons. Sure is pretty though. I love the way that the plasma rifles look. That's what Fiona uses, is a plasma rifle. Alright, let's store that and put 2 little ones in the middle. I think that's what we want. No, here we go. Hitman's automatic plasma pistol. Oh, look at that. Look how big that is. It needs to go here. There we go. Do I have any more? Plasma pistols? Nope, I don't. Okay. There we go. Hey, hi Stella, how you doing? Sean's saying thanks. I use place anywhere. Guess I'm just lazy. Now, it'd be handy to have that place anywhere. Is that a mod? Are you playing on PS4 or are you on PC? Is that the same place you get planters? I don't know. What planters are we talking about? What planters are we talking about, Sean? The blue and red ones? In here? These planters? The potted plants? Those come from one of the Picket Fences magazines in game. Or do you mean the garden plots? Oh, I can't build one here. They're not in the workshop at this particular location. But yeah, I think the garden plots do come from Wasteland Workshop. square planters that you can put the food in and put them on the roof or whatever. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they do come from Wasteland Workshop. Hey, Barbarian King. How you doing? Naughty Peon says, lies. I don't believe you. No, I do want to play God of War. I definitely do. My family keeps bugging me to play Stardew Valley, though. I want to do a playthrough of that. I'm trying to think what else I want to play. There's a few games I want to do for Try It Tuesday. I'm probably not going to be doing a Try It Tuesday every Tuesday. I might do them once a month or every other week. I think I want to move this. Over here. But I still have Wolfenstein. I mean, I own the full game of that, and I've never tried it. Never played it. I want to do that for a Try It Tuesday. And I think I've got some other games. My daughter recently showed me her collection of PlayStation games, and she had a few that I'd never played. And I was thinking I might borrow them to do for Try It Tuesday. And that's what Try It Tuesday kind of is for me, is I'll try them out, and then if I like them enough, then I'll go ahead and do a full playthrough. If I don't, if for some reason I'm like, no, I don't think I want to continue playing this, you know, then I can just say, well, it was a Try It Tuesday at the end. But if I like it enough, then I'll keep going. You know, Try It Tuesday is for me to try out games and see if I want to play the whole thing. Alright, so what else have we got here? We've got a pipe pistol, a meat hook, assault rifles. That Deathclaw Gauntlet's not a legendary, so I don't know why that's in there. I guess we could do a pipe section. What about this Gatling laser? I mean, the Gatling laser is nice, but I don't think it's a legendary. So let's take it back out of there. I just want all legendaries in here. Legendary? Yes. 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 Maybe we can give one of this, maybe this, well, the Gatling laser takes a fusion core, doesn't it? Yeah, that's probably overkill for the guy that's stationed here. We don't need that flamer. I know where to get more of them. Just got to Sagas Ironworks. Yeah, it takes a fusion core. I don't want to give him that. Screw that. Alright, I'm going to drop that one. Sure is pretty though, isn't it? The Gatling laser. Alright. Let's see here. I'm going to hop out of my power armor. Where did I put the armor bench? Over here. Now, nobody ever comes through these doors, so I actually don't have to worry about them being accessible, but still. Oh no, I don't want the armor. I want the weapons one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this not shredding. Because, I mean, that looks wicked cool, but that's kind of more of a Raider looking sort of thing. I don't think the Brotherhood of Steel would go with that. I could paint it for Christmas, or snowflakes. That's because of a Creation Club add-on thing that I got. Tri-Barrel X Plus. Can I do that? Somehow I did. Okay. How does that change? Well, let's just do an accelerated barrel. There we go. Okay. Let's go give it to this guy. Where is he? No, that's not him. Oh, I'm not in my power armor. I was gonna try to rocket up to the roof there. Where is he? Usually he's standing right there. He must be in transit. Huh? I'll hop back in here. What do you guys want me to do today? Or what do you want Rose to do before we say goodbye to her? I've collected all the bobbleheads. I've got the platinum trophy. All I'm doing now is working on some settlements. What do you think Rose should do? Oh, there he is. Before we switch back to Fiona.
Huh?
Hey.
I just need to trade gear with you.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you something really cool, dude. How about that? What do you need? 5mm? I have a lot of 5mm. Let's give him 2,000. Now let's give him 1,600 because we're close to that number. There we go. All right. Why don't you equip that? There you go, big boy. All right. That looks good. All right, so now we want to hook back up the lighting system. Someone suggested, I can't remember who it was, suggested that I try using the conduit because it would look nicer. Sorry, I don't remember who that was. Whoever you are, shout out to you. But I don't know. Conduit junction, shouldn't that go on the roof? But see, the deal with the conduit, though, is that it takes steel, rubber, and copper. So I think it's going to eat up my size bar, wouldn't it? If I tried to lay this across the whole thing. Wrong button. And plus, then I would have to, I'd have to attach these lights to it. See, it doesn't seem like it wants to snap onto that. Yeah, okay, no. Alright, I'm not gonna do that here. Yeah, see, you can see when I scrap it how much of the size bar goes down. I don't think these take up as much of the size bar. There we go. I mean, they may not look as pretty, but it's fine. Nobody's gonna look up. It's fine. It's fine. Help defend Grey Garden. Nope. There we go. Shed a little light on the situation here. And these string bulbs, they're not pretty either, but you know what? They get the job done. I think they've got the best light coverage in the game. The best light quality. George Perez loves the whole industrial park, armory, creepy wax museum thing you've got going on here. Thank you. And these are all my legendary pieces of armor that I have found in the game. Because I'm playing on the hardest difficulty that's not survival. Really, I need to make more mannequins for all of these. Like this one's got all of the synth stuff on it, but not all of it is visible. So because I'm playing on, I don't know what it is, very hard, is that what it's called? Something like that. So I find a lot of legendaries. And that's why I got the idea to build this armory. Now, in my first playthrough with Fiona, she would give all her legendary stuff to her settlers if she wasn't using it herself, because she was nice like that. But, you know, Rose is with the Brotherhood, so I guess this is the way we're doing it. Just an idea that I had. Actually, the original idea was to turn the Mechanist lair into an armory. People talk about what they do with their Mechanist lair here, because it has its limits. And I thought, you know, it's the perfect place to have an armory. Now, in my Fiona world, Fiona turned it into a manufacturing facility, and she used it to manufacture weapons because it's very close to the castle here. So the idea was that they would make the weapons here and then put them on barges or whatever and sell them to the castle or distribute them as needed around the wasteland. And I had, from the contraptions add-on, I have, I think, the energy weapons contraption, the armor making contraption, the ammo making contraption, and a couple others that make weapons, all in there in the industrial, like a big factory kind of thing. We go. I think we're all lit up. But I'm still carrying around a bunch of weapons. Right, we gotta finish putting things on the walls. Power fist. Now let's drop that. It's not a legendary. Ooh, that made a nice clang, didn't it? Naughty Peon wonders if my master bedroom resembles my Fallout decor. What, like I have weapon racks on all the walls? That's what Rose's room looks like at the Red Rocket here. No, I don't have weapon racks on all the walls. However, it is funny you'd say that. I was just, before I was streaming, I was talking to my daughters about buying some new appliances for the kitchen in our new place, and you know, little things like coffee makers and you know, hot water kettles and stuff like that, toasters. And there's this whole line of appliances available on Amazon, small appliances that are all retro looking, and so they're all that kind of blue color right there that you see on that skyscraper, kind of a sort of a sky blue color. And they've got like the little chrome edging and everything that's this sort of, you know, Fallout retro look. I said, oh, I like these. And they were like, Mom, you're going to make your kitchen look like Fallout? Pre-war Fallout? And I was like, yes, maybe. They talked me out of it. Alright, so what else do I have? Let's see. Pipe pistols. Let's do pipes next. Do we have much in the way of pipe weapons? Legendary pipe weapons? Oh, we could put that on a pedestal. There's a legendary pipe. Grab that one. Alright. We'll look at the pipe weapons. I'm thinking we should move these. Because these rifles, there's lots of rifles in there. gonna have to put the rifles somewhere else. We need a couple more of these. So we've got some missile launchers to put on them. There we go. Alright, pipe stuff. There it is. Little bitty snub nose revolver. I think there was a pipe rifle in here. Did I see that? No, that's a handmade rifle. Alright, so that's it. Is that all we have in the way of pipe weapons? Okay, well, alright. Alright, well, let's do rifles, I guess. Yeah, alright, we'll do that. Oh, right, we're out of steel again. Well, we can't be having that. We need to go get some steel. Oh, well, they're still hanging out here. Maybe Carla's got some steel.
Make a move and I'll end
Hey, Carla.
You
Wastelander.
again. Here to trade?
Sure.
I'll take a look. Sure.
A little bit of everything.
I don't know what happened there. I want steel. Actually, let me take the carrot and the corn. And the dirty water. The melon and the mute fruit. She should have a shipment of steel. There she does. Okay. Thanks, Carla. You should have somebody take care of that cough for you, Carla. The lady who lives here was complaining about being hungry, even though she shouldn't be, because she's connected to the rest of the settlement system, and if there's extra food from other settlements, and there should be, she should be able to eat that. But let's give her a few things to eat here. Oh, Sean's on Xbox One. Okay, yeah, because I was asking you earlier if you were on PC. All right. Well, Xbox One can use a lot of the same mods as PC, right? I don't know. I've never played with Xbox, but I thought that's what I had heard. Nemo's saying, is Curie human yet? I think so. Didn't we do that in this playthrough? Yeah, she's human. She's at Sanctuary. You want to go see her? Well, let me put this stuff on the wall. We'll go take a look. Alright, that's a little bit different. Let's put that one over here. Take that one. Oh man, another missile launcher. Alright, we'll take that one too. A lot of radium rifles. There's the previous incarnation of Wayland's Whisper. I think the handmade rifles come from Nuka World. And the radium rifles come from Far Harbor? Is that correct? Alright, we need another one of these. Yet another one. Well, here, let's move this one. Because these are all missile launchers, so we'll keep all the missile launchers together. There we go. Aw, and it's still backwards. No matter how I do this, it ends up backwards. There we go. Maybe we can put this right here. Where do we want to put this? here. For now. Right. I want all the radium rifles to be separate. Okay. There's radium. Alright, maybe this is a silly question, but what's the difference between a rifle and a shotgun? Anyone out there want to answer that one for me? Does it have something to do with whether they're automatic or not? I mean, they all look like they're pump action. No, okay, maybe not. I mean, this is calling itself a rifle, but it's lever action. So you can see the lever there. That means you have to, you know, go cha-chunk to chamber the next round. The lever action. I think I had one more handmade rifle. There we go. Also known as a mare's leg, right? That's what I've heard that called. Alright. Anything else I'm carrying that I want to put on the wall? Oh, the old Wayland's Whisper that we renamed Ladysmith, the later version of it. Nemo named that one. Oh, I'm sorry, let me check in with the chat room. I know, I'm falling way behind. Sean's saying, yes, the square planners. Sounds like I need to get the Wasteland Workshop. Was it worth it? I think so. I think so. The Wasteland Workshop stuff was kind of fun. I don't know what it costs now. Like I said, I got mine back in the day when... what is this one going to be? Oh, it's like a sniper rifle. Okay. I only paid $30 for all of the add-on content. Like, separately, at one point, I think you could pay, after they all came out, it was like $60 altogether for all of the add-ons, the official add-ons. But they did a little deal before the add-ons were actually released. You could say, yes, I want all of them. I'll pay you $30 in advance. And I went ahead and did that. And so I got everything for $30. So I paid less for it all than people who came along later and were buying it separately. But I don't know, maybe it's on sale now because the game's been out for a while. But yeah, I liked the Wasteland Workshop stuff because you could catch animals. Well, some of them you could catch and keep as pets, which was fun. You can see that quite a bit. Earlier in this playthrough, when I was still a raider, one of the raider gangs from Nuka World is called the Pack, and they like animals. And so at each settlement, well, they didn't call them settlements, they call them outposts. At each raider outpost that I built in the Wasteland, I would have different animals running around. So like when I finally had to go, when I turned against the raiders and I finally went to Starlight Drive-In, I'm not going to help. To reclaim it from the raiders and get it back again, and so I had to go there and kill everyone. I ended up having to also kill Deathclaws that they were keeping as pets. Because you get this thing called a beta wave emitter, or beta wave emitter, and it keeps the animals docile, so you can catch Deathclaws, you know, I don't even know what all. Let's look at what you can catch. Well, you can catch pets. Like, you can catch cats, and it increases happiness in your settlement. You can catch dogs, and it decreases happiness. Mole rats does not increase happiness. Mutant hounds, they'll attack you when you let them out. Unless you've got the beta wave emitter, and then they'll be docile. Feral ghouls. So, in my Fiona playthrough, we actually have a couple of feral ghouls that are friendly in our Starlight Drive-In settlement. I named one of them Sweet Potato. I think it was Mr. and Mrs. Sweet Potato because they're like the lumpy orange looking ghouls that look like sweet potatoes. So you can have ghouls wandering around your settlement. You can catch gunners and super mutants and raiders. So if you want to build an arena and have them fight each other, you can do that. If you want to see what happens, you might want to go to my channel. I don't know what it would be called. Somewhere on my channel there's a video I did a while back where I show an arena battle between like Deathclaws and robots. If you have Automatron and you can build robots, then you can have your robots fighting the things that you catch in the cages. I've done a few arena battles because in my first playthrough with Fiona, we built an arena in the center of Starlight Drive-In, and we would have Friday night fights. I've done a few videos with that. So you can catch a Brahmin if you want to. That would be good for the settlement, just to have a pet Brahmin. They're not hostile, but you can also catch Deathclaws, Mirelurks, Rad Scorpions, Rad Stags, and Yaogwai. And they'll be hostile unless you have the beta wave emitter. And then they'll be friendly. But, you know, if you want them to be hostile because you want them to fight each other, then, you know, in your arena or whatever, then you can just do that and not have the beta wave emitter. But yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. That's it right there. And some of the animals that you can catch will add defense to your settlement. Now, in Fiona's playthrough, she was able to catch gorillas, and they will add defense, I think, to your settlement. I think the Deathclaws add defense and stuff, too, if they're friendly, if you have the wave emitter. But you can't catch gorillas unless you finish the game in a certain way. I can't remember off the top of my head what that way is. You can destroy the Institute, but you have to have given the... I think you have to have given the announcement so that people could evacuate before you blew up the Institute. And then if the scientists evacuated, the story lore goes that they evacuated with the gorillas, and so there are gorillas you can catch with cages. But if you don't give the evacuation notice before you destroy the Institute, which Rose did not, I don't think Rose bothered to evacuate anyone. She just destroyed the Institute, which is why Preston's mad at her. Then you can't catch gorillas. So Rose here cannot catch gorillas. But that's the way that works. Alright, we were going to head out to Sanctuary and take a look at Curie in the flesh. So let's do that. And I'll check in while it's loading and try to catch up with the chat room because I'm way behind. Naughty Peon says Rose should build a master bedroom. She did at Red Rocket. That's her home base. In the little garage bay is kind of her master bedroom headquarters. She's got a nice fancy bed in there from one of the Creation Club. I think the Noir Penthouse Creation Club. And she's got some rugs in there. And that's where a couple years ago she and Dance put up a Christmas tree in the corner during the holidays. And she's got a desk in there. And she's got a whole bunch of stuff. Hey, Farag, how are you? George liked Wasteland Workshop. They said it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it, especially if you pair it up with Automatron. It's really nice, because then you can have the animals and the robots, and they can either be all friendly or they can be, you know, fighting each other in the arenas or whatever. Yeah. Alright, we're here at Sanctuary. All the little crickets. There she is!
Do you need something, madame?
No, I'm good. But there's Curie, yes. We made her into a synth, and she runs the medical center. This was formerly the Soul Survivor's house. In Rose's world, she turned it into a medical center.
I have so much data on the world before the atom bombs.
And that's actually something that I might do in my Fiona playthrough as well. Is turn it into a medical center, because I really like the way this turned out. So here's the waiting room. There's a box of toys for the kids. Nice fireplace. There's a bunch of chems. Nice bathroom all fixed up. Well, as fixed up as it gets. Nice hamper for dirty clothes. Soap in here. This is where Curie sleeps. She's got a nice little lamp in here. And then this is, you know, one little room of the hospital. This is one of those surgery centers. I think it was added by Vault-Tec. Yeah, surgery chair. And then we have the pediatric ward here. I was telling Herman the other day that it was possible to cover up the windows. He was filling in the windows with wood. And I was suggesting you could also use this fencing. Chicken wire, we call it in the States. But it's in the fence section of the workshop. Here under wire fence. If you just use this one and the cement pillar trick, and you can kind of glitch it into place, and then that kind of covers up the window there while still being able to see in and see out. But yeah, Curie is here in the flesh. Naughty Peon says my daughters are just jelly that I'm cooler than them. Huh? Is that what it is? No, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool too. Naughty Peon is saying, can you imagine if one of their boyfriends came and started to talk to you about Fallout? It would be fun. It would be great. Actually, one of their boyfriends did watch my YouTube channel, and I didn't know it was them because they had a YouTube username, and they were watching my channel for quite a while when I first started this channel. And I had no idea, and then eventually I was told, hey, by the way, that was my boyfriend that was watching your channel and commenting in the chat room.
Rather be off murdering our pints. This'll do.
Yes, one of my oldest daughter does have a boyfriend that plays a lot of video games. But my oldest daughter plays a lot of video games too. In fact, she's going to college and studying video game design, among other things. So there you go. She plays a lot more games than I do. So yeah, she's way cooler than me. Oh, good night, George. George is heading off to dinner. Thanks for being here. Sean built a house at Abernathy Farm that looks like the sky house from Oblivion. The lower level is all gun racks and armor racks. Nice. Oh, Oblivion the movie, not the game. Yeah, I was a little confused about that. Oh, Barbarian King says, later all. I guess I missed that. Oh, goodbye, Barbarian King. That's true for all of you. If I see you leaving, if you say hello or goodbye in the chat room, sometimes I get behind in the chat room, but I do always try to acknowledge. You may not be here to hear it, but I will always try to acknowledge. Okay, I still is saying a rifle has a greater range, shotgun is for close combat. Rifle uses bullets, shotgun has pellets. Ah, yeah, shotgun shells. Right. Right. Yeah, Naughty Peon saying they use different ammo. Right. Shotgun uses ammo that scatters, so it's better for close range. Of course, right. Because the shotguns use shotgun shells, and rifles use bullets. Right. Thank you. Yes, that makes perfect sense. So now we're going to go across the bridge and we'll check out Rose's master bedroom that I was talking about a few minutes ago. And hopefully Red Rocket won't get all glitchy.
Continuing to function at peak efficiency.
This poor guy.
If you find any spare parts, you be sure to let me know.
Ugh. Never goes away. So this was Rose's home base from the beginning of the game, and over time she's been building it up. It's still her home base. This is where she leaves dance. It's intended to look like she just grabbed any and all scrap that she could to kind of enclose this area here. Oh. And then eventually we built this little sort of living room or porch area out here. Oh, there's Buddy. Hey, Buddy.
Greetings, buddy.
Hey, Buddy. So that's the whole outside of it. See, it's like a little mini fortress. There's 2 entrances, though. Right here and right across there.
Yes.
Hey, Dance. There's Dapper Dance, wearing the bowler hat that I found in his room when I took his place on the Pridwin. When they promote you and they tell you you can have Dance's old room, I found that bowler hat, so I brought it back to him. Now, it used to be I didn't have a door there or a door there. I had a door at this end that went underneath this sign here. But none of the robots or Dance or the dogs or anybody seemed to be able to path through it. They would constantly come up to the wall right here and just stand and like, I'm trying to get out. And they'd butt up against the wall like that, like idiots. So I just went ahead and put doors where they wanted to walk through. Yep, we have a gray wolf here that I got from Erickson in Far Harbor. But this is Rose's bedroom. And these are all the really nice weapons that she's gathered in the game. You know, special things from various quests or rewards or whatever. I used to have all the paddle balls out on display, but they kept falling through the table, so I just put them all in here. But yeah, that's her room. Baseball bat collection. This is the outfit Rose used to wear quite a bit through the playthrough. I don't know why I have this stuff on display here, but I must have gotten that Courser uniform. Maybe it's off of X688 or something. I've got kind of a rogues gallery of trophy outfits back here. From various people in the game and the add-ons. Hello, Clement. Welcome to the chat room. I'm a little behind. Oh, Sean's saying a shotgun emits a projectile that opens up when it leaves the barrel and spreads the shot. The rifle has a solid projectile. Okay. A shotgun can also shoot a solid projectile, but is still inside a shell that opens up upon firing. Ah, I see. No, that's fine. That's fine. I was very curious the difference between the two, the real world difference and the in-game difference. Yeah, Kate is still dressed for Christmas. Yeah. Nemo's saying, wait, you never looted that poor guy at the start of the game? Oh, I did though. It respawns. You can keep looting that guy, and then if you go away and you stay away long enough and you come back, it'll all come back again. I've looted him several times in this playthrough and in my previous playthrough. His stuff will keep respawning. So I've got donut stuff here. And there's all the bobbleheads. Yeah, I guess I already put them all on display here. There's all the baubles. Got a kitchen in here. This has got some of the rolling pins, some of the legendary rolling pins that I've found. And this one, I named it Dead Maker instead of Bread Maker. Haha, get it? I think I used that very briefly when I was trying out lots of different melee weapons early in this playthrough. And this is where we've been storing the stuff to make the reactor coolant. Let's go ahead and store. I think I've got some dirty water. We need to get some more antifreeze though. That's the hardest one to find, is the antifreeze. We'll store the mods. I don't need those. See if I've got anything else to store here. Sorry, I was just checking in with the chat room. Looked like there was a little bit of drama in there. And I appreciate my mods handling that. I do have mods. Some of my viewers and longtime channel supporters have been made into mods, and they try to keep track of the chat room for me because I'm playing the game, and you know, it's an imperfect balance between interacting with the chat room in a timely fashion and, you know, playing the game. And it's difficult because I get a mixture of feedback. Some people will say, hey, stop talking, go play more of the game. And some people will say, hey, stop playing the game and answer my comment. It's like I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. So I just try to do things at my own pace. And I know most of you understand that, but sometimes there are new viewers who don't understand that. And they'll hop in and they'll want me to say hello right away, or they'll say, you know, and I'll eventually get there. I mean, I'll eventually, you know, scroll through the chat room and try to catch up with everyone I missed. I just don't always do it immediately. You know, I do tend to fall behind, especially on Fallout Fridays, because there's a lot of chat that happens on Fallout Fridays. And yes, one of the sort of unwritten rules that we have in the chat is that we do request that people speak in English, because even though I might be able to understand what someone is saying, and I do frequently understand what people are saying in the chat room when they're speaking in French or Spanish or German. I'm not fluent in those languages, but I know enough about them to be able to tell when someone pops in and says, hello, how are you? Or, you know, how long have you been playing this game? Or, you know, have a nice day or whatever. You know, those basic phrases I do understand in those languages. But we still ask that people speak in English, because I don't know all languages. And I don't have time to stop and go to Google Translate and try to translate and figure out what people are saying, because, you know, they might be saying something rude. They might be saying something inappropriate, and we don't want to allow that. And also, I want to be able to interact with people, and I can't interact with you if you're speaking in a language that I don't necessarily understand easily off the top of my head. So we just kind of have this rule of, please, we don't mind you stopping in and saying hello, hola, bonjour, but, if you're going to speak more than that much, we do like it if you would speak in English, please. My mods will usually remind people or request that people do chat in English. And, you can go to Google Translate and type in what you want to say and translate it. And we'll understand. We're very patient. It has happened before. People will say, I don't speak English very well. I'm just using Google Translate, or I'm doing the best I can. And, that's great. We appreciate that. We're fine with that. Some people get really angry, like we're supposed to be able to speak 300 different languages, and they get mad if we say sorry, we can't understand what you're saying. I don't know, and then I get a thumbs down, or I start getting cussed out, in some other language or in English or whatever. So I don't know. I guess you can't please all the people all the time, that's for sure. But yeah, it looks like things were handled. So that's why I was a little bit distracted there. I was just trying to kind of read through what was happening in the chat room. Yeah. Stella says that Japik was saying that about 76. It's too hard to balance playing and interacting with chat. Yeah, it is the big challenge of being a YouTuber. I think on Twitch, it seems from what I've seen of Twitch, not that I watch it that much, but it seems that there's kind of an understanding or an unspoken sort of assumption that Twitch is for interaction. That people who are streaming, unless you're a really big channel and you're just getting like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments, every few minutes, and you just can't keep up with it. I think in that case, it's weird. It's like there's this kind of tipping point where if the comments are happening fast enough and frequently enough, people don't expect you to interact with them because they know, this is just scrolling by too quickly for any human being to keep up with all of them. But if your comments aren't happening that quickly, whatever that threshold may be for whoever's interpreting that, if the comments aren't scrolling by that quickly, then I think there's this kind of assumption that, on Twitch anyway, that you're there to interact with people. Like if it's just you and like 5 viewers, you're there to chat. And it's kind of, I don't know, if like for some people I know who've tried to watch Twitch and don't enjoy it, it can be annoying because like if you go to Twitch and you're like, hey, I want to watch somebody play a game, or I want to watch somebody draw a picture, or I want to watch somebody make a thing, you want to watch them draw the picture or make the thing or play the game. You don't want to sit there for half an hour while they just chat with 5 people in the chat room and talk about their day. But that just kind of seems, to me anyway, it seems like that's what a lot of Twitch is, and there's kind of that expectation that you're either interacting with the chat a lot or you're just so popular you can't interact with the chat. That's fine. But on YouTube, it's a little bit different. It's kind of strange because I think my experience on YouTube is that there seem to be more people who are interested in just seeing me play the game, and not as many people who want to interact. Now, you guys leave me comments, and I love talking with you and interacting with you as much as I can. But like I said, there's also a lot of people, especially when I was, like a year or two ago, when I was still kind of getting my bearings and figuring out what kind of YouTuber I wanted to be and what I was doing. There were a lot of people who would pop in and be like, shut up, go play the game. Stop talking, go play the game. Don't interact with the chat, go play the game. I want to see you do X, Y, and Z. There was kind of more of a demand, and so I started trying to balance, interaction with gameplay. But yeah, it seems to be an impossible balance. It seems to be absolutely impossible, because there will always be people who will pop in and be like, I don't want to sit here and listen to her talk about whatever. And then there'll be people who will pop in and be like, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. And they don't care about the game I'm playing. Those are kind of the two extremes, and then everyone else kind of falls in the middle somewhere. So, you know, at the end of the day, I just have to do what I can do. If I'm playing a game, I'm playing a game, you know. I try to say, hey, like with Horizon Zero Dawn, I'll say, hey, I've never played this game before. This is my first playthrough, so I'm not going to read the chat room because I don't want spoilers and because I'm busy concentrating on the game. You know, for a game like Fallout or Skyrim, I can read more of the chat because you know, I don't need to be as focused on the game. I don't need to, you know, listen to every word that everyone's saying and all of that. But I still fall behind in the chat room, especially when I'm building or if I'm fighting or something like that, and I'm busy focused on the game. Then of course I can't stop and read the chat room. And some people will say, well, put the chat room on the screen, then you'll see it. But like, no, it doesn't work that way. If I'm looking at the game, I can't look at the chat room. It's not like the words are like, you know, overlaid on the screen itself. Like this, like where Dance is talking and I can see the captions. Like if the chat was in captions, maybe that would work. But you know, even if I put the chat along, you know, well, in the newspaper business we would call it the gutter, in a column along the side of the screen, I'm still not going to see them, especially if they cycle through too quickly. You know, if I'm in the middle of fighting a Deathclaw or something, and you know, 5 or 6 people say something in chat, I'm gonna miss those comments, even if they're right there on the screen. So that doesn't really solve the problem. I'm just saying. All right, but enough about me.
Another day, another assignment.
Yeah, exactly. Nemo is saying, I knew the game pretty well, but with Horizon, I have to focus more on the game than the chat. Right. Aw, Naughty Peon says you should do what makes you happy. That's right. Because if I'm having a good time, hopefully everyone else will be having a good time too. I mean, there's something I can do about people who are just determined to not have a good time, and that's, you know, sometimes people feel that way, no matter what you do. They just don't want to have a good time.
Give me a laser rifle and my power armor, and I'll take on the world.
Hey, Lucifer! Thank you! Lucifer just subbed. Oh, I appreciate that. Welcome to the chat room. Welcome to the channel. Well, it is about 6:15 here in my world. And I think I'm going to have to get going because it smells like dinner is almost ready. So, hey everybody, thanks so much for being here. I know I didn't really get much done. I just worked on the armory and came out here to visit Curie. But really there's not much left for Rose to do except some building, fiddling around with the settlements a little bit, and then I think I'm going to wrap it up with her. So if there's anything that you want to see Rose do or any questions you have about Rose, I'll probably do another stream with Rose next week for next Fallout Friday, and then probably switch back to Fiona after that. And I'm going to start doing some building streams with Fiona for Fallout Fridays. Not really sure yet what my schedule is going to be for other streams in between Fallout Friday, because as many of you know, I'm still in the middle of moving and unpacking, and it's, you know, very time consuming getting things set up in a new place and setting up, helping my kids get their rooms all squared away and get the kitchen all squared away and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of that going on. So I just don't know at this point how much I'll be streaming next week or the weeks following. The other thing I was going to mention is that in my new place, I now have a studio space. I've mentioned this, some of you might remember who've been watching me for a long time. Before I had this YouTube channel, I was a jewelry designer, and I also was an author, had a couple of books published, And when we moved a couple years ago, we sold our house and we moved. I no longer had an office or a studio space to work in. So I was really focused on the YouTube channel because that's really all I could do. We had the TV set up in the living room and I could sit there and stream for a few hours a day. But I'm back to having an office space. So that means I now have the freedom to do some of those other things that I used to do. Which means I'll probably be doing a little bit less of the channel. I'm not going to stop doing the channel. I love playing video games and that's never going to change. And there are still games I want to play. Yes, I still want to play God of War and Stardew Valley and other things. But I may not be streaming every day. I used to stream every day except Saturdays. I'll probably stop doing that. I may only do Try It Tuesdays every other Tuesday. Or maybe once a month instead of every Tuesday. I probably won't stream on Sundays. Don't know what else I might change. I'll still do Fallout Friday for a while, because there's still a lot I want to do with Fiona. But, and you know, I gotta keep doing these Fallout Fridays because I just love Fallout. It's so much fun. Fallout Fridays brought to you by Just Like Biking. I didn't see Just Like. Oh my gosh! I was just about to say I didn't see Just Like in the chat room at all today, and then here he is. He just showed up. 2 hours late, better than never. Oh my gosh! I was just signing off, and I was like, Fallout Friday brought to you by Just Like Biking. And there you are. You showed up just in time. Yep, Fallout Fridays are sponsored by Just Like.
There's a wealth of technology just waiting to be discovered.
Oh, thanks, Istella. Istella loves your streams. Nice balance of play and chatter. That's what I'm shooting for. What's for tea? I think we're just having zucchini and squash and a roast tonight. Roast beef is what I had set up.
Losing our nighttime cover.
And I told my daughters to put it in the oven. Because I would be streaming. Alright, Just Like, I look forward to that. I'll look for your email. Alright, everybody. Please take care of yourselves until I see you again. You can follow me on Twitter if you're not already. I will tweet about whatever I decide I'm going to do with my schedule and what I'll be planning to stream from day to day. And I do tweet when I start streaming. You can also find me on patreon.com/JewelSmith. I do keep a publicly available page over there. You don't have to be a member of Patreon or a subscriber or anything like that. I've got a page set up that'll have my schedule, and I try to update that every day or as needed. If you want to check in and just see what's going on and see what I might be streaming for the next week or so, or see what might have changed from day to day, that's a good place to do it. You can also find links over there to other things I'm involved with, like those books and jewelry and things that I mentioned. All the stuff that I do when I'm not playing video games. Alright. Take care, and I will see you. What day am I planning? I'm not going to stream on Sunday. I finished. Okay, it looks like I was planning to play Skyrim on Monday. That's what I've got on my schedule. So, I hope to see you then.